Hello and welcome. Today's video I am going to be going over the new Dominion uh, with the Alchemy, and since with the removal of the new hero tokens that they had, the Celestial tokens, I wanted to go over kind of what Dominion has to offer now since they've changed up their rankings and have also changed up the values. So for the first thing I'm going to do is go through the chart that I have on the screen. So for phase 1, which is your alchemy stage 1, they have removed the 400 gold, which is fine. There's kind of no reason to have that 400 gold given how easy gold is now to get, and they have not changed any of the values weighted. So it's still 20,000 alchemy points, which would be 20,000 smiley faces, so vitality points. If you really want to know, it is 200 bronze, 20 silver, and 8 gold. Highly do not recommend using any of this for the bronze scrolls. Just use your gold for it. There's no need to actually do any of the alchemy on stage 1, as everything that you can get from it is gold that you can get from, or spend gold that you can get from the common scrolls. So next up from stage 1, we're going to have stage 2. So stage 2 has been a little bit of a change. So the king tokens and books have stayed the same. However, instead of a king magical forged stone, which would be, let me just show us what it is so that way you guys are fully aware. King magical forged stone, so the silver one. It is now going to be the king relic key, which is pretty good in my opinion. It's a good change up because you can get more than just one stone from that, so it's a good process. So what it takes now to get, so instead of 60,000 points, it's going to be 40,000 points to achieve. So what that would be is your 20,000 points would get you your halfway mark, and then I think I may have to use my alt to test because I don't have that many bronze. So after, for stage 2, 20,000 would get you halfway, and then for bronze, it's 200 would get you the other half. Before on this stage, what you would need would be then 400 bronze, because it would have been 60,000 points instead of 20,000 points. Or you need 40, old way would have been 40 silver instead of 20 silver, and the old way would have been 16 gold instead of 8 gold. Now if you were to remove the 20,000 fight points that you get, just pure bronze, it's 400 points, 40 silver, or 16 gold. Or so that's actually not too bad for if you are going to be starting out at the beginner level. If you just stay at stage 2 and you're not able to progress further, using the king relic keys could be very useful because the relics that you'll need are pretty useful. So that will help you polish off some relics to be able to clear the 2-4 or 2-6, especially since 1-1 to 2-5 can all be cleared by Chung. Right, so once you get to the later stage of that, of the invasions with Chung, you can then start polishing off and getting some more your relics kind of be set. So I'm actually just going to share what 4 keystones will provide just quickly, so that way if you are going to be looking to use some early on resources on your relics, then this is a type of pull that you can get. I'm just going to skip. So you get a few reforged polish stones. You get the reforge stone itself. Then you get some stat boost, and then you also get a combined forge as well. So it's not too bad. You can definitely start off with this as well. So even if you don't have too much, and this could also be a good way to get the magical dust that you'll need later on. So that's going to be it for Alchemy Stage 2. A little bit nice for the beginners, because the key is definitely going to be a lot more useful than the Forged Stone itself. So good job on them, and also reducing it by 20,000 points. It's going to be not too bad. Next up is going to be Phase 3, which I think has... Phase 3 and Phase 4 have the biggest changes, of course. And so I'm going to be going over now Stage 3. So Stage 3 had 20 King tokens, as they still have. It used to have the King Relic Key, which is now found in Stage 2. And then it used to have a God Magical Forge Stone, where now it has the God Relic Key. So the God Relic Key is definitely going to be the one that you're going to want to get for Stage 3 if you can achieve it. And again, all your King tokens and all your XP books can be bought using gold. So using the bronze scrolls. So you definitely only really want to use, for Alchemy Stage 3, you only want to use God Relic Key, again, because your XP books and your tokens can be purchased through here. So that will be the first thing that I'll go over. So the next thing that I'll go over with this one is the points itself. So to be able to craft, you need 80,000 points, which if you're just to use your gold, it's only 32 gold ore, which is actually pretty good compared to the last one. So where the gold key used to be before it was in Stage 4, which was 220,000 points. Where now it's just in Stage 3 with only 80,000 points. So 32 gold ore for a God Relic Key is not too shabby. If you wanted to optimize it, this is where you'll be using the dust along with the vet, and then I believe it's 16. So you're cutting the cost in half by doing that. So just to then kind of recap, would be 32 gold ore, 80 silver, or 800 bronze. It would get you to the 80,000 points to be able to craft a God Relic Key. Which I think this is a pretty good investment plan. If you can skip going on Stage 2 and only go towards Stage 3, the God Relic Key is definitely going to be a lot better for you. So my recommendation right off the bat would be to save your resources, get to Alchemy Stage 3, and start using the Gold Relic Key. Once you get enough resources, this is where I'm going to say it might now be better to forge the Polishing Stones versus the God Relic Keys. Because once you get your resources, you can definitely be able to get a little bit better starting set for your accessories. And then from there, what you want to do in Stage 4 would be to get the God Magical Polishing Stones. So just to showcase an example. Oh, yeah, sure. So the God Magical Forge Polishing Stones would be definitely useful in this case. Because now, okay, hold on. Revert back, rewind. Stage 4 is the new stage that has some differences. So before in Stage 4, it has the King Magical Polishing Stones, which would be these ones, which you would never get anyways. It would also have the Catalyst Selection Chest, which would have been the normal one, which is this one. And then it would have had the God Relic Key, which we now have in Stage 3. So now what they've done is they've upgraded the Catalyst Chest, which is great, cool, but they've also upgraded from the silver King Magical Cast Selection. I don't know, polishing stone. Not this one. That's forge. Oh, what was I saying? It's this one. So this used to be 220,000 points in stage 4. Now what they've done is they've upgraded it to be the God Magical one. And then this, instead of 220,000 points, all you need is 160,000 points. So they've reduced the cost because now we don't get those catalyst tokens, but they've also given us a much better polishing stone to use. So just to go over what I've been doing, so 20,000 points plus then the 20,000 for the 1,000 dust. That leaves you with 48 gold ore, 120 silver, and more than 1,000 bronze. Does my main have more than 1,000 bronze? I don't think so. No, gosh, no. So, if you're to not use your dust or vet, you would need 64 gold ore, 160 bronze or silver, and then again way more than 1,000 bronze. So for 64 gold ore, it's actually not too bad. And then of course you'd only really be polishing with the extra boost, so now you have 48 gold ore. So 48 gold ore for a king polishing stone is not too shabby. This is why I think now would be better to start building a stockpile in phase 3 by using the God relic keys. And then once you actually get a set that's pretty decent, let's see if I have one to share. I think I do. I must. I don't think I have all perfect. There was one that I was working on, which I don't think I finished. This one. So now that you have pretty good stuff, let's say, you've rolled and you've got what you want, now you can go over to the polishing and make it, since it's a lot easier to get the higher end tier, you can now move your you can move positions a lot easier because now you only need 8 of the craft stones, of the polishing stones, versus the 16 that you would have needed before when you're purchasing them. And then also when enhancing as well, it's just much easier because it's only one and a few that you'll get by rerolling, right? So I think now the meta would be to get a stockpile with your God relic keys, and then once you are able to access stage 4 and you have a decent somewhat set, then you'd be switching over to polishing stones. So really good improvements, in my opinion. Makes it a lot easier to then get your relics off the ground and perfect nearly. And then lastly, they have not changed though would be the alchemy stage 5, which gives you a legacy star fragment, and then it also gives you a unique accessory selection chest. Mind you, I would not recommend purchasing this. It would only be the legacy star fragment. They did remove the cost of from 520,000 points to 320, but essentially what that is, it's just the cost of the tokens that have been removed. So 128. Now if you're to get your Vit and Dust, I think it's only 120 or 112. Right? So this used to be the same cost as it was before, if I'm remembering correctly. Kind of wish I took a before and after, kind of what each ranking would be, but this would be what you want to do end game. So once you get your perfect relics, once you don't need to have 5 fears and 2 Draven Scoutses and 4 masks to kind of optimize what you want to play, then you want to save your resources for the Legacy Star Fragment. There is going to be possibly a new tier, stage 6, hopefully soon, because you are able to upgrade this, but you need the level 12 chamber. And then for the chamber, you need 2 more once you've completed all the invasions, the Commander Medals, which I believe comes from 210 when it comes out. So hopefully it comes with stuff that you can use for your SREs, your the Dimensional Rift items. But until then, you can start stockpiling, get your perfect relics, and then use your resources for the Legacy Star fragments in order to get your legacies to be maxed. So that's kind of my overview of the new Dominion. I am a big fan of it because I like how they not just changed the costs of everything, they also reorganized it to be a little bit more useful for the player base on certain levels. So a quick recap: Stage 1, don't use any resources. You can get both of these by just using gold with the bronze common scrolls. Stage 2, again, the first two, you can get everything by the common scroll. And then you can start using it for the King Relic Key. When you're starting off, if you're not able to get to Stage 3 and you need a little help with your relics. Once you are able to get to Stage 3, this is where you want to start stockpiling your God Relic Keys. Because your God Relic Keys will be super helpful for you in order to get close to max, if not max relics. Lastly, Stage 4, I would only recommend getting the God Magical Polishing Stone. I would skip your Shining Crystal Catalyst one, because you can actually achieve that by using your God Relic Keys. And then last but not least would be the Stage 5, which hasn't changed, and again, I'd only be using the Star Fragments, Legacy Star Fragments, to purchase Ignits from your trading post, because you need 8 of them. And then you need 6 more you need 6 Ignits then to get a star for one of your unique legacies. So hopefully this video has been helpful, and I will catch you guys later. Before I do, please make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. Also share this with your alliance mates, that'd be super helpful. And if you do have any questions, always feel free to comment down below, and I'd be more than happy to help out. Again, thanks, have a great day guys, bye for now.